Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking over 20 of my favorite things to do in St. Petersburg to help you get an idea of what it's like to live in the Sunshine City. You definitely want to see these. It'll help you get an idea of what the St. Petersburg lifestyle is like, especially number 10. If you have any questions at all or you're thinking about making the move to St. Petersburg, please reach out to us. My team and I have helped hundreds of families buy and sell real estate in Florida, and we're one of the top teams in St. Petersburg, Florida, ending in the top 1.8% last year. So we're definitely qualified to help you find your perfect home or answer any questions you have. Before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe for future content, and without further ado, let's get started. Number one is going to be the Sunken Gardens. The Sunken Gardens is a St. Pete staple and a favorite of many locals here. It's on 4th Street North, which is just a few minutes down the street here from the Pier. And it is this beautiful, large place that you can walk around, see basically a bunch of different types of flowers, plants, flamingos. It's kind of its own little isolated oasis. They host private events there, but you can also just go tour as a resident. It's just a really beautiful, cool thing to do. And it's definitely something a lot of people enjoy spending an afternoon walking through, or even just stopping by in the middle of the day to eat your lunch. It's a really, really cool spot. Number two is the Pier, which we're actually right in front of right now. This pier is another St. Pete staple, and it's really cool for a variety of reasons. One, it's very close to a lot of different shops, restaurants, and cool boutique shops. There's a beautiful beach area which you can come out on a sunny day or kayak up to, which is really close to a spot where you can get drinks. You can walk down to the base of the pier where there's a restaurant. We have a museum on the pier. It's just a really cool spot to spend your time and take in all the sunshine and the cool things that St. Petersburg has to offer. Number three is the Dali Museum, which is located just a minute or two here from the pier. And if you don't know who Dali is, he is an extremely famous surrealist painter. And we have this gorgeous world-class museum here completely dedicated to Salvador Dali, with rotating exhibits as well as some permanent ones that really help you get an idea of the artist, his different works, and his progress through his life. They have these rotating exhibits which are very cool. Recently they installed this large 360-degree dome where you can go in, they project things all around you, there's music. It's kind of an all-encompassing experience. And my personal favorite part of the Dali is a new exhibit that they've introduced, which is they've basically uploaded all of the conversations, everything he had written, and created their own little large language model where you can pick up a phone and have a conversation with Salvador Dali. Very cool stuff. Number four is going to be the Saturday morning market, which just as it sounds is a market that happens on Saturday mornings. You can kind of think like artsy market meets a farmer's market. You can go here for good local produce as well as a lot of knickknacks or local art. It's just a really cool vibe. Even if I don't need anything, my girlfriend and I will often spend a morning in the Saturday walking around, taking in the ambiance, seeing what's up, maybe getting a glass of kombucha or, you know, a cool little piece of art. It's just a place to get out, get involved with the community, see what's going on, enjoy some fresh air, and take advantage of what the city life offers. Number five is going to be Flora Wylie Park, which is just a few minutes north of us here of the Pier and Vinoy Park. And Flora Wylie Park has beautiful waterfront views. It's close to a lot of things, and it's got acres and acres of green grass that you can walk around. You can take your dog, you can ride a bike, you can rollerblade. It's just close to everything. Its ease of access makes it really a convenient spot to go and spend a nice afternoon. Number six is Bandit Coffee, a local coffee shop that I personally enjoy going to often. I'll put a little subsection of this and list a couple other ones I really like Black Crow Coffee, which has this kind of like grungy punk vibe. I also really enjoy the Wooden Rooster. It's more of a traditional coffee shop. And there's kind of like if you're ever in the mood for like a bougie $9 coffee, there's a really cool place here called Pear, and they do like really, really cool artisan coffees. They have like fancy $10,000 machines to make sure that the exact temperature the beans need to be brewed at is brewed like that. You can also get really healthy breakfast options there, smoothies, things like that. But really there's a variety of local coffee shops that you would enjoy if you moved to St. Petersburg. Another personal favorite of mine that I've definitely mentioned in these videos before is Fort Soto State Park here in St. Petersburg. And what I love about Fort Soto is not only are there a ton of gorgeous beaches that anyone can go and access, they also have a dedicated dog beach with a large and small dog park, as well as hundreds of feet of beachfront, which you can take your furry friends out. They can mingle with some of their other furry friends, and just makes for a really, really nice afternoon or morning or whatever time of day you want to go out, enjoy the sunshine with your furry friends. I also really enjoy Sunset Beach. Obviously, there's no shortage of beaches here in St. Petersburg, but Sunset Beach, as it sounds, is an amazing spot to go and watch the sunset. If you enjoy kind of relaxing evenings, maybe you want to take a blanket out and have a picnic, Sunset Beach is definitely the spot for you. I also really enjoy just walking down Central Avenue. Central has a bunch of very cool boutiques. I like to just kind of pop in and look at things. Even if you don't get anything, it's kind of just cool to admire all the wares. They also have a lot of really cool restaurants and other shops, and it's just a really nice vibe to walk down Central. There's usually a lot of people out, especially on the weekends or in the evenings. So the energy's nice, the people are friendly, and there's just a lot to take in. Another one that some of you free spirit Arts might like is they do a regular drum circle at Treasure Island, and it's a pretty unique experience. It's definitely for some people and not for some other people, but if that sounds like something that's appealing to you, it's definitely something to check out. People come together, it's a lot of good vibes, good laughs, good people, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere. Definitely something to check out if that sounds appealing to you. Another personal favorite activity of mine is going to Weedon Island State Park, which is kind of on the northeast side of the peninsula, and I like to launch my kayaks out of there. They have miles of mangroves you can actually kayak through. You go through these like mangrove tunnels that cover you up. You can fish, you can just relax in the water, and then most of the time on the weekends at Weedon Island State Park, if you go out about a minute or two from where you launch, a lot of people will anchor out their boats or anchor out their kayaks. They'll play music, they'll have some drinks, some food, and some good times, and it kind of feels like you're hanging out with your community as a whole. It's really quite a beautiful spot to be. There's also a ton of museums here in St. Petersburg. One of my personal favorites is the Museum of Fine Arts, which is right across the water here from the pier, and they have a lot of exhibits that stay full-time year-round, which are amazing to take in. They also have some rotating exhibits. Right now, there's this illustrator whose name I'm drawing a blank on, but he's a famous bird illustrator. He was a naturalist from a couple hundred years ago. They have a gorgeous exhibit dedicated to him right now. And then inside the center lobby of the Museum of Fine Arts is Cafe Clementine. And Cafe Clementine has the most over-the-top, pretty, artsy, Instagram-worthy pastries you've seen in your entire life. They're $9 or $12. It's kind of expensive for a cupcake, but what they lack in affordability, they definitely make up for in cuteness and in taste. So highly, highly recommend the Museum of Fine Arts as well as Cafe Clementine. Another great activity, if you have a day, is to take a day trip to Tampa, but don't drive. Take the Cross Bay Ferry, which is $10 per person. You can get on the ferry, it'll take you to Tampa, and then it'll take you back when you're done for your day. So it's kind of just a cool way to access both of these cities. We're kind of sister cities with Tampa, and if you've exhausted all of your options in St. Petersburg, which I don't know that you can actually do, you can always take a trip to Tampa and go explore everything that they have, and the Cross Bay Ferry is definitely a cool way to do that. Number 14 is Mazarro's, which is this really well-known Italian market here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and Mazarro's is extremely well known for having high-quality, fresh Italian food, both pre-made as well as the ingredients, and it does get very busy. If you go to Mazarro's, you're definitely going to be in a line, there's going to be a crowd, but the food is well worth the wait, and it's definitely extremely well known by the locals here. Definitely worth a visit, Mazarro's Italian Market. Another personal favorite of mine requires a little bit of a drive, but you can take a day trip up north to Weeki, Wachee, which is this gorgeous network of springs with crystal clear water. They have this cool place out front where you can basically watch this show where they do a live mermaid show. They have a big tank with people who dress up as mermaids and put on this really interesting production for you. That's cool for some people. I personally just like to go there with my kayaks, kayak through the springs, enjoy the crystal clear water, and pretty much every time I go, I see some manatees. It's an extremely cool experience and just a short drive north of St. Petersburg. Number 16 is going to be Jungle Prada, which is this gorgeous little oasis in St. Petersburg, kind of a hidden gem on the southwest coast of our peninsula. And you can go there, enjoy the nature, enjoy all the wildlife, and pretty much every time you go, you'll see peacocks, which is not something you see every day. Kind of a little hidden gem not a lot of people know about, but definitely worth the visit, if only for an hour, but you could definitely spend a day just taking in all the vibes. Number 17 is going to be the Clearwater Aquarium, which is an extremely cool place to spend an afternoon or even a whole day. The Clearwater Aquarium is just a short drive from St. Pete. Clearwater shares the west side of our peninsula, and the Clearwater Aquarium is cool because you have all of the traditional aquarium things that you would see if you go to, any aquarium, but they also have a lot of larger marine life, so people who aren't as familiar with seeing things like dolphins really get a kick out of making a day trip to the Clearwater Aquarium, and I personally love spending an afternoon there. Another thing I really like to do that's a little bit more casual is grab a bike or rent one of the electric scooters here and just kind of explore downtown St. Petersburg, going up and down the streets, stopping at a shop, grabbing a coffee, maybe visiting the pier, and you can kind of go out, enjoy the sunshine, ride around, take in the vibes, and stumble across things to do. It's a really great, inexpensive, kind of casual, low-intensity way to explore the city and spend an afternoon and have a good time. Number 19 is going to be seeing a show at the Mahaffey, and this is definitely one of my favorites. The Mahaffey hosts a plethora of different types of shows, everything from, the Florida Orchestra coming and playing some of the masterworks, to comedians, to, academic talks. Whatever you can think of happening is going to go on at the Mahaffey. It's just a short walk from the pier here, right by the Dali Museum. It is a gorgeous theater. It's big enough where you can get some major attractions, but not so big that it doesn't feel like it's an intimate setting, and that is one of my favorite date night spots. I love grabbing a bite to eat on Beach Drive here, then going to the Mahaffey and watching a show. My personal favorites are seeing the Florida Orchestra, but you would definitely be able to find something that appeals to your interests at the Mahaffey. Number 20 and last on our list is going to be the Boyd Hill Nature Preserve, which is this gorgeous, expansive preserve in South St. Petersburg. We can walk a plethora of different paths. There's this big, gorgeous lake you can and walk around. You'll see birds, you'll see alligators, you'll see butterflies, you'll see flowers and beautiful trees. It's just an amazing place to go, spend a few hours walking around and being in nature. Everything from just sitting on a bench and enjoying the lake to going for an active walk to build up a sweat. Boyd Hill Nature Preserve is an amazing spot to be and is the last thing on our list today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and comment below what other topics you'd like us to cover. We obviously want these to be of value to you. So if there's anything you'd like us to cover in the future, just let us know. If you are moving to St. Petersburg, my team and I would love to assist you. So just reach out to us at the information below and we'd be happy to put you in touch with one of our agents to get the process started. Enjoy your day and we'll see you next time.